Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to be doing the geometric constraints activity. So we're going to download this file. It's a drawing file. And the answer key, if you click on that, it'll look something like this after you zoom in. So here's the before, here's the after. So it'll give you a clue kind of what it's going to look like. Some of these don't have to look exactly like this. So if you're having trouble making yours look identical to the answer key, that's okay. It doesn't have to be identical as long as you get the constraint to do what it's supposed to do. And then obviously you're watching the video, so I'm going to walk you through how to do each one. So our first one, well, first we need to edit the sketch, right? So this is a drawing file, but we can edit it just like a part file just by going to edit. Now we've got all the tools we would if we were in a part file. So we're going to do our perpendicular constraint first. So we're going to click on the two things that we want to make perpendicular. And that's it. And this little symbol tells us that they are indeed perpendicular. The next one, we want to make all three lines parallel. So we need to find parallel constraint. And we're going to click on all the things that we want to be parallel. Here we go. Now they're all parallel. So the third one is complicated. There's a couple different things you have to do. So we're going to dimension circle number 3. So here's circle number 3 to 2 inches. So we're going to click on the edge of the circle, drag it over here, click on the number, hit 2, enter. So now the circle is 2 inches. We need to fix circles 1 and 2. So we're going to click the fix button. And we're just going to click on the numbers in the center of the circles. Now we're going to make this circle tangent, which means it just touches the edge to both 1 and 2. So here's the tangent button. So we're going to make this one tangent to this one, and this one tangent to this one. And that's not what we wanted. So we're going to hit Control Z. I'm going to hit the lock button again. Let's lock the edge of that circle. And do it this way. There we go. If you're trying to make it look exactly like the answer key, like it is up here, they also lock the dimensions of the circle. So I'm going to lock this here. But it really doesn't matter. The point was to make these two circles tangent to these two circles. Or this circle number 3 tangent to 1 and 2. Okay, on to the fourth one. We're going to make the circle tangent to both lines. So we're going to use the same constraint and click twice, and there we go. It's tangent to both lines. Okay, so for this one, we need to fix point C. And the instructions here make it hard to look like the answer key. So I'm going to make it look like the answer key, but you could have these two lines coming from either of these points. But we're going to make A and B both coincident with point C. So there's a coincident constraint, which is right here. So we're going to click the end of this one, and you could click either of these. So I'm going to do the middle one to make it look like the answer key, but if you did, it tells you to do point C, and this seems to be point C, so if you did either place, that'd be fine. And there we go, looks like the answer key. Make circles concentric. So we want them all in the same spot, so we're going to make it look like that. So here's the concentric constraint, and we're just going to click on the edges of all the circles, and there we go. Make these lines collinear. So we're going to go back to the constraints on the top. So the collinear constraint puts them in a straight line. There we go. That one is done. Make these lines horizontal. So there's a horizontal constraint. So click on it. There we go. Make these vertical. So right next to the horizontal constraint is the vertical constraint. Just click on all three. It's going to change something in the triangle. the right, that's fine. So now for the triangle, we need to make an equilateral triangle. So an equilateral triangle is the same length on all sides. So we're going to hit the equal button. And now these two sides are equal, and we're going to click the third one. And there we go. All three are now equal. Make the circles same size. So we're going to keep with the equal button. Just click on them both. There we go. Now they're equal. If we wanted, let's say we were doing something and we wanted the other one to change, we could just lock the one that we wanted to keep the same, and then click the other one, and it would make it the other one change. The last one, we want the centers of the circles to line in the same plane. We're going to use our horizontal constraint and click the centers of the circles. There we go. They are in line. So now pair mine with the answer key. Looks pretty similar. So once you get it, you're going to save it, and you're going to save it just like we always save stuff with your last name underscore. This is 2.1 or 2.2, and then underscore, and then geometric constraints, and that's it.